Hello and welcome to this mini webinar on using Flippity. Flippity is super fun to use. It's super easy. It makes Google Sheets seem easy, which is typically not the case. It is free to use. They swear it will always be free, so hopefully that stays true. One of the biggest questions I often get with Flippity, so I'll answer them right up front. Be careful with student data. It is not EdLaw 2D compliant, but a lot of it is you can do in the back end and you don't have to put any student information. There's no student login, so you don't have to worry about that as much when using Flippity, but just so you know up front. There are ads when you're building, but they should not have ads once you're actually using it with students, and I'll kind of show you that. So just know that those are some of the big questions I typically get. With any of these webinars, if you have any questions, please ask at any time. You can either unmute and ask the question or drop it in the chat. I'm going to be toggling between a couple different pages. So if I don't catch your question right away and you want it right away, just interrupt me. I'm really okay with interruptions and do that. It feels more like the classroom when I'm interrupted, right? So I'm going to pull out Flippity here and then I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see Flippity. If you want to split screen, I can show you how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, and I'll show you how Flippity works. Any questions on anything else before we get started? All right, let me do attendance real quick. Oh no, my attendance went away. You're just talking about it, Julie, and now my attendance is gone. Isn't that weird? I must have shut off that Chrome extension. Can you guys all drop in the chat that you're here? That will help me out. I'm not sure why that... It even, oh, I see it here. Perfect. That'll help me out. Weird that it's not showing up on there. Huh. Oh, well, thank you. You're all putting in here. So we'll do it that way. Okay. So let me share my screen. And let's do the window. No, actually, I take that back. I said I was going to do window, but then I realized this uses a Google Sheet. So if I only do window, you're not going to see that. So let me do entire screen. Happy Friday, everyone. Next week is Teacher Appreciation Week, so make sure you take time for yourself. All right, so here is Flippity. You go to flippity.net. We got somebody coming in. Here we go. All right, we have flippity.net. So that's how you get to it. You see it always has these ads on top. That's how they keep it free for you. So when you're on this main page, and you're never going to send students to this page, there's no reason for them to ever be on this page. Just know that there are some for you, and you can kind of just ignore that there. Here we all come. Awesome. For those of you who just joined us, please put a here in the chat. For some reason, my attendance thing is not working. So we're going to leave that for now. Okay, so let's look at flippity.net. You're going to see that it says right at the top, easily turn a Google spreadsheet into a set of online flashcards and other cool stuff. They do give you some learning recommendations. So they walk you through, here's some recommendations of things you can be doing for online learning, and then some different ideas as you're going through. All right, so they do kind of help you out with that. But basically what it's doing is it's setting up a Google Sheet for you to be able to create anything you see on your screen. So some of my favorites, the random name picker is really great if you like to make flashcards. The quiz show is set up just like Jeopardy. This one is brand new. I've been playing around with it. It's super fun, where you can have the students create stories based on what happens on the wheel. You can build some scavenger hunts. They have all different things. That typing, if you want to do free typing, if you want to make fun pictures with students' words, you can do that right on here. They have manipulatives. They have timelines. You can do different things with spelling words. Just continuing on, they also have all these games kind of thing where you can do word scrambles, word searches, bingo, hangman. The bingo one wasn't working for me last week, but I know that there was a pop-up message warning us that there was an issue. So I'm assuming that since the pop-up is gone, they fixed it. You can create certificates with it, tournament brackets, Mad Libs, matching games. You can see all these different activities that are going on that are easy to do. Now, I would suggest if you're on Twitter to follow Flippity because they will tell you when there's an error or something going on with it, or if they've added something new. So it's a good one to kind of know. But let's kind of take a look at how these things are made. And I'm going to start with the random name picker because that's probably the one I use the most. And you can see that it has 3 different options at the bottom, 3 different buttons to push. The demo is going to show you what it looks like. The instructions are going to walk you completely through it. And the template is going to walk you through how to build your own. So let's look at the demo first. When I open it up, you're going to see that I have a spinner. When I click on it, the spinner goes. And then wherever it stops, it's going to show that name. But you'll notice that it also has all of these options up top. And this is a very basic looking web page. So it's going to be pretty basic in the way it's set up. You can, instead of have a spinner, do a single name where you can hit the little random button and it will change different names. It does have a timer built in, so you can have it play and then go to different things if you're timing different people. You can make this full screen if you want to get rid of all the tabs. And then you can also just hit the down arrow and it will continue to go through the names. So really great way to call on different kids when you're doing different activities. Let me go back into that demo. You also can do it as a lineup, so it'll tell you the order. So if we're in the class, a great way to have kids line up every day. We're randomly going to do it. This is your order. This is where you stand. Then there's no pushing in line because they know where they're supposed to be. So you can see that kind of thing there. If you're doing something and you want to group students for projects or reading responses or whatever it is you're going to do with them, you can group them into 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. You can also create teams. Depending on however many kids, it will organize that for you. Again, if you're in the classroom, you can do a seating chart. If you click the more, they can show you some different things that they have, and they take you out to other activities that they have with it. Like speed networking will put different people into different groups, that kind of thing. You'll see that you get different options on top. So I clicked on seating chart. I can randomize again. I can print it out. I can save it. Again, I can add a timer to it, whatever I'd like to do there. The puzzle just kind of gives it a different one. I'm like, I don't know what the puzzle says. It changes different groups. So from groups to teams, that's what it does there. You can have it change within. So let's say you don't like one team, like maybe Jessica and Betty can't be together. You can certainly keep switching till they're completely separate. So that's what a random name picker looks like. All right. So I'm going to stay with the random name picker and walk you through this one. Then we'll walk through some different ones. So that is the demo, but you want to set it up with your information. If you click on the instructions, it's going to walk you through the steps. And it tells you that you're going to modify a spreadsheet template. I'm going to show you how that works. You're going to edit your names. You're going to label your roster. And it reminds you, don't edit anything in the blue background. So if it's blue, leave it alone. That way your spreadsheet will work. And then you have to publish your spreadsheet. That's important or it won't work at all. I'll show you how to do that. And then you're going to get your link to be able to share. So let's go back and walk you through it on the template. So again, we did the demo just to show you what it looks like. The instructions are there. When I click on the template, it walks you through it as well. Every template forces you to make a copy. So every time you click on any of the templates in Flippity, so any of the times you see template, it's going to force you to this page, which is great because then you already have your editable copy. You don't have to make a copy or do anything else. It does it for you. So you click make a copy, and then it takes a moment to do that. Here's my spreadsheet. So right away, I'm going to rename this one Flippity random name. What is this? May 1. So just so I have it, so I know when I made this one. Anything in blue, don't change. Okay. Here are my list of students. So I can change this over to be whatever list I want. I can delete them out and I can put in whoever I have. Julie's here. I saw Beth. I don't know, whoever else was on. Who else did we have on our list? We did not have a Kelly. I just grabbed that name. That name was in my head. Here we go. Janelle. Catherine. It's a good way for me to have my list because I'll have all your names in. Oh, we did have a Kelly. Look at that. I could have kept Kelly in there. Another Lori, spelt the right way. Another Lori, spelt the other way. Matthew, Olivia, Susan. I feel very what was that? The Romper Room. Remember we used to do the little magnifying glass and say she saw you. I used to love that show. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's 13, including me. I got to put me in there. Okay, so I've got everybody's name on this Flippity list. I can put in images or icons, anything like that. I don't bother with that. I just try to keep it simple. Right now, I'm only giving first names, so I'm not worrying about personal identifiable information because I'm only giving one thing. So if you're worrying about privacy, you don't have to worry about there. So I've added in my name. So I took out theirs and put in theirs and put in ours. And then at the bottom, on the bottom tab, you'll see that I'm on the demo. I can rename this, and I'm just going to call this names, just so I remember. On the other one, it says get link here. I'm going to click over to that. Now it's going to give you the directions on what you're going to do. So it says the link to your flippity.net random name picker, and it has it here, but it reminds you in red that you have to publish your spreadsheet first. And then it reminds you that if there's an error, some things you can do, and they give you some troubleshooting. So if for some reason it doesn't work, you can go on and take a look at that. Before this, this link is going to work, I have to publish. In order to publish a spreadsheet, and this works with slides, it works with docs, it works with sheets, I need to publish it to the web. So I'm going to go up to File, and I'm going to come down to Publish to the Web. All right, and then this little pop-up is going to come up. So let me walk you through that again. You click on File, and then come down to Publish to the Web. And then all you have to do is click the little green Publish button. It's going to say, are you sure? You hit OK. Sounds like somebody came in. Let me hit Admit. There we go. As soon as I hit OK, I get this link. I'm going to copy that link. So on your Chromebook, it's Control-C. On my Mac, it's Command-C. I open a new tab, and I hit Command or Control-V to paste it. And it's going to show me my random name picker that I have here. I click here to get my name. Did it do it again? I had this happen the other day too. All right, let me go back. Now this is how you troubleshoot when something like this happens. It may not like that I changed the name of this, but I feel like I've done that before. So I'm going to change it back to demo real quick. And then we're going to see here. There it goes. Okay, so that's how it works. So what I did, just so you know, is I changed it back to demo. For some reason, it didn't like that name change. And those little things sometimes can make a difference. For some reason, it didn't want me to do that. So now when I click here and I click that link and I open it up, it's going to open right up. If I copy this one, so if I copy it, it's going to open another page like you saw me do. And then it should work. So maybe from the published one, it's not working right now. That could be the glitch. But it's always going to stay here on the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet saves right in your drive, which for some reason went to a different account for me. But you can do that where you save it right in your drive and you always have it. So every day you can pin the tab if you want to use this every day and never want to lose it. So in order to do that, you're going to right click on the tab at the top and click pin. And that's going to keep it pinned so you don't close it by accident, and you'll always have it up. But either way, it saves right in your drive. So now I can hit the spin, and Tracy, if I had a prize, I'd give you one. Off I went. If I was going to group you guys, I can group your names based on however I'd like to do it. And you can build it that way. Questions on the random name picker and the basics of Flippity? Anyone that joined late, make sure you put in here in the chat because my attendance thing is not working today. So make sure that you do that for me. Okay, moving on then. All right, so that was the random name picker. Let's try a different one. So let's go over to this Google one where we're, or this quiz show one where we're going to make a trivia game. So again, the demo is going to come up. This is what it's going to look like. You see the categories up top. If I click on the question, what is the best movie of all time according to AFI? I don't even know what American Film Institute. I have no idea. I don't follow movies at all. Let's say all your kids give an answer. Team 1 got it right, but Team 2 got it wrong. Team 3 got it right. Team 4 got it wrong. All right, and then you're going to see the answer was Citizen Kane, and it brings you back to here. All right, so you can set this up with whatever questions you want it to be. But you can see as you go through, they give you the answer based on their teams. Maybe they all got this right, and off it goes. Okay, so how do you set it up? So again, your instructions are here, but let's go right over to the template. It's going to force me a copy. Remember, it always does that. So I'm going to click Make a Copy. And then you've got this amazing looking spreadsheet. Looks cumbersome and overwhelming, but really what it's doing is giving you the question, answer, question, answer, question, answer, all the way through. And you can change the categories along the top as well. So even though it looks overwhelming, once you kind of break it down, you can kind of build it and go. So these are all the questions and answers. All you have to do is change your category titles at the top, change your questions, put in your final question. And then when you click over to get the link, you go to File, Publish to the Web. I'm going to hit Publish, hit OK. And then I'm not going to use that one because for some reason that one didn't want to work last time. I'm going to assume I have to come back here, click on this tab, see the little drop down that gives me it, off it goes, and then it works. So you can always build these with whatever you're doing to play a quiz game with your students. All right, so that's that one. Flashcards, same idea. Templates here. It makes you make a copy. And I guarantee I can go in, because I forget to rename these. If I go into my Drive, I probably have 20 that say copy of flippity.net template, you know? So change the name. Remember to do that. It will help you out when you're trying to find them later. So this one looks a little bit more complicated, but really it's the same thing. You're going to put what you want on one side of the card, what you want on the other, choose a color category, and then you can even choose a text color if you want. You don't have to fill in this at all. You could have the text color all be black as you're going through, but it's not like you have to put in a hue or any weird combination of things. You don't have to put any coding in. You could do anything you want here. What you'll notice is some of them are links. You can put a link which will give to an image. All right, so see how it says PNG at the end of it? That's an image. You can put images on the card. All right, so once I go over to get my link here, I hit File, I'll publish this to the web, walk through the publish, be OK. And then I'm going to grab this link, and then this is what the flashcards are going to look like. So as I go through, I want to get to one that has the color. There's the picture. All right, so you can see that, and then it shows you the one on the back. So you can see that you can go back, you can spin them around, you know, use the different keys at the bottom. You can do anything you'd like there. You can randomize them. You can change the sides. So it gives you all the buttons for different things that you're doing.
The year of Columbus's discovery of the New World.
It will read them to you, so you've got that. From the flashcard one, you can also create a list to see the answers. All right, you can practice, so you can just type in the box. I have no idea what the capital of Malaysia is. So you could put that information in. You could do it as a matching game where maybe they click to. If they're wrong, it turns red. If they happen to get it right, which they're not going to go together. So do you see Van Gogh on here? It's going to be purple. There he is. If you go, it'll go green and disappear. So you can see how that works there. You can make a word cloud with all of the different things if you really want. And then for more, it's going to take you to some other ideas for manipulatives. So totally up to you how you want to use that. So that's the flashcard one. I mentioned this randomizer. This one's a new one I've been playing around with, and it's fairly new too here. So let me show you the demo one. So it has all of these different categories: who, what, when, and where. And then the line here is going to decide. So I'm going to spin each wheel. And as I do that, at the top, you're going to see that the different categories get filled. If I don't like one of these, I can click the spin and start it all over again. Or I can just say, you know what, I don't want that part, and spin that part again. Great way to do some sort of intricate story writing. This would be great for storyboarding, that kind of thing, where you can build in these different wheels. Maybe you're going to build sentences and you want the students to say, yes, that's a sentence, or no, it's not, or however you want to do it. You can build it that way. So same idea with these. Hit the back button. If you go over to the template, it's going to force your copy, and it's going to bring you out to a spreadsheet. And you can see that it breaks you down into categories. So if you have this list somewhere else that you typically do, copy and paste it right in. Don't change where it says the columns up top. Don't call them something else. Leave it as is. You can even add another column. Maybe you want to throw a curveball in for something that happens that's different or random in your story. Same idea. To grab your link, you're going to hit File, Publish to the web, follow those steps, and off it goes. Okay. those are 3 that I've used on a pretty regular basis, or 4, I guess I did now. The Flippity manipulatives, just to show you that, if I click on demo, you can create these words anywhere you want, and then students can click and drag them. You can't put a picture on the back. I know some people ask that, but you know, to kind of give them a place to put them. But this really just gives you a concept board to be able to move things around. The word one, just to show you that one, it's going to give you different ways that you can make words look. So right now it's in nature. I can make them look like Legos. So it'd be cute if you're doing different things with students, if you need them for your classroom. I particularly love the Scrabble ones, so you can do anything along those lines. Make little license plates. So it's just a cute little template for that. I haven't really used the timeline. The badge tracker, you really have to have the badges set to create that. So I haven't spent a ton of time on that one. The typing test, if I pick this one, I have to actually type, "We the people of the United States." Oh, I spelled it wrong. This is very hard to do when I know you're all watching. You can see how it goes. So I'm obviously a terrible typer right now. 42 words per minute, it's telling me that I'm doing. I made a ton of mistakes. So I'd have to practice, which I know I'm a better typer than that. I would have failed my high school typing exam if I did 42 words per minute. You had to do 38. For your spelling test, again, same idea. You can choose you can create your list, and then you've got your practice list.
8. Built.
It will read them
8.
to you. You can do
a 8. He ate the apple.
All right, and you can go through and do those kind of things.
Spell. Tired.
You can have a quiz.
8.
And then it gives you other ideas, like the snowman one's cute. All right, so you have to kind of figure it out. Kind of like a hangman. Mine died, so so you can see how those kind of work. They're fun to do, different ideas there. Going down below here, the bingo ones, to show you that one. Again, you're going to make your list of terms, and then you're going to shuffle those terms, and then they're going to have to do some different things with it. You can print them out, print the different bingo boards, and then the play, you give the kids the QR code or this link, and off they go with that link, and now they have a bingo board that when they click on it, it becomes, you know, they can cover it up and say bingo when they get bingo. So there's a lot of different ones. You've got a matching game in here, word searches. I love the word searches, and they're all printable, so you can certainly do that as well. But you can get your students to play different games based on what's here on Flippity. So any questions come in the chat? I know I had you put in here. If you came in late, please put in here in the chat. My attendance thing isn't working. Yes, they each get their own bingo board, Lori. So it would be something that it randomizes it for each person. Oh, Tina, don't worry about it. You guys are all busy. I'm lucky I get here on time. Don't worry about being late ever. Just make sure you put in, well, this gives me that you're here. But if you haven't yet, go ahead and throw here in the chat. Yep, that's okay. I totally get it. I'm lucky I'm on time for anything these days. So that's Flippity. It really is a great way to make some interactive ideas and games that you can play with your students. You can send the kids the link and they can play. Like you saw, there were no ads once they go live for the students. The only ads are on that actual spreadsheet when you're first on there looking at the different ones that are available to you. It is so cool. I'm with you, Beth. It's one of those things that, like, I found it one day. I was actually looking for certificates and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much better than certificates. I don't even use the certificate one anymore. But there's other ones that are so good. The wheel is one of my favorites. I use it when I'm doing workshops where I can actually give up prizes, you know. I'll do the workshops where I'll put everybody's names in and you can collect it from a Google form to go to that sheet to then use. So like an advanced way to do it. So you don't even have to type all the names in. I know in School Tool, you can download your class list as a CSV file and then upload it to a Google Sheet. Very advanced, I know all those words, but but you certainly can do that to get your names in. So it's there's so many different ways that you can use Flippity with your students that I think are really great and engaging. So any final thoughts, questions as we kind of come to the end here? I'll stop the recording if we have questions on other things we want to ask. We're good? All right. So I'm going to end the recording. Thank you. If you're all set, you may go. If you have questions that you want to stay on with me and ask, I know I've been finding some people just have other questions. You can ask me anything. I'm going to hit the